What's going on, guys? Welcome back to Season 5 in LA Kings Franchise Mode Series. Last year was a huge step for us as we finally made the playoffs, and we actually made a pretty good run of it too, losing in the Western Conference Final to the Vancouver Canucks, who actually went on to lose to the Washington Capitals in the Stanley Cup Final. So, feeling pretty good about this year. I think we should definitely be back in the playoff picture, and honestly, I think we have a chance to contend. Obviously, this is year 5, so after this episode will be at the halfway point. Team status there is champion, and like I said, I really like our chances. This year more than any two, we've got a lot of chemistry, which everyone keeps saying is so important, and I think our chemistry is the best it's been. So first line here, we got Philip Forsberg playing with Claude Giroux and Lucas Raymond. Claude Giroux, big signing last year after Larkin left us for an extra $10,000 on a 5-year shorter deal, but whatever. He's actually got really good offensive stats, even though he's only 86. Basically, just his physical there is way down. We got Matthew Savoy playing on the second line with Turcotte and Tarasenko. Tarasenko will also signed. Was hoping for Pasternak, but Tarasenko's pretty good. I mean, that's a pretty great consolation prize. And they're all getting a +3. Savoy, I think this is his rookie year. Really good stats. I'm hoping he can win the Calder. Third line there, you got Rossi playing with Cirelli, Velarde. I think that's an awesome third line. And then fourth line here, we got Forsback Carlson playing with Kopitar and Kupari. Kopitar's down to an 83 now, but still pretty good defensive center. You can see his defensive stats there, 4 stars. So I'm going to be using him a lot in the penalty kill. 1 year left there on his $10.5 million deal. Defense is even better chemistry, so we got Ekman Larson, Hamilton still in the top pair getting +1, so playing like a couple 89s. Bouchard, Lambos getting +3, so a couple 85s. Then we have Gustafson and Hanola also getting +3, so that's like an 87, 83. Lambos is also his first year in the NHL. Terrible puck skills, but shooting's really good. Skating's not the greatest. Defensively though, 93 shot block and 95 stick checks, pretty nuts. Really good physical stats too, so hoping for a lot from him. I'm looking at the special teams here. You guys will see first power play unit getting +3, so pretty nasty power play. Even the second one there is pretty solid, getting a +1, so we should be good on the power play. The 4-man power play there isn't too bad. First PK gets a +5. Kopitar, Turcotte, Hanola, and Lambos. 3-man penalty kill, both getting 0, which honestly is a positive. A lot of time it's getting negative. Goaltending wise, we still have a Skarov as our starter, and then we got Georgiev there backing him up. So Skarov 21, 89 overall, high elite. He's actually gone down in rating by 1. Before his age, he's still an amazing goaltender. Look at the AHL team quick. We got Anderson Dolan on that first line playing with Connor Bedard and Martikanen. Martikanen we got back in the Kubalik trade with Columbus. 19 years old, already 78 overall, medium top 6. I think he's going to grow a ton. Connor Bedard, of course, first overall, 2023. I still can't believe we got him. And because I messed up and didn't have him playing in juniors, he can actually play AHL his first year, which is good for us, as he wouldn't have made the NHL team. Someone actually told me I was able to fix it for future franchises. You just have to transfer him over at 18 years old, and then once he's on the junior team, which for Bedard is the Regina Pats, you then go back and change his age to whatever it is, in Bedard's case, 14. I'll look at the rest of the AHL team here. You can see all +1s, all mid-70s. The AHL team should be strong again. Clegg and Coughlin, also 25 years old, both 79 overall, medium top 4 potential. So pretty solid top pair there in the AHL. I think both those guys can make the NHL next season. Be a couple bomb pair guys for us. The rest of the D2 is like 76+. You got 79 goalies. So the entire AHL team is like mid to high 70s, which is exactly what you want. So hopefully they can get back to that Calder Cup. Obviously won the Calder Cup a couple years ago and actually made the final the year before that, both times playing the Toronto Marlies. Captaincy-wise, Kopitar still in the C, even though he's 4th line center, kind of like Yzerman on his way out of Detroit. Turcotte there is wearing one of the A's, and then Dougie Hamilton has the other. So again, I'm very excited to see what this team can do. Definitely not making any trades or anything before you start the sim. I think this team could be poised for a deep cup run. Really, not too many places we can make it better. 96 offense, 90 defense, 89 goaltending. Tarasenko there, our highest rated player. So, like I was saying, we're going to get started with the sim. Again, I'm optimistic. Let's see if the guys can play well. And look at this. Vegas just offered us Max Pacioretty and a 4th rounder from Martikanen and a 1st. Thing is, like I said, I think our team's set, and I'd rather keep the prospect than picks. Plus, we need the salary for extension. This might be a good sign of things to come, guys. We just went 7-0 in the preseason, so we'll see if we can keep the win streak going in the regular season. And it's kind of funny, guys. We're again getting offered PK Subban. I'm sure he loved his time in LA, but we gotta say no. So, right in December here, guys, the record of 23, 10, and 4. So we got 50 points. I think we're like 3rd in the division. I'll do a quick check. Was hoping to do a bit better, although like that is still pretty good. Yeah, we're 3rd in the division, 1 back of the Ducks. 3 backs of the Sharks, so really can't complain. Tarasenko there, over a point per game. I figured it'd be the second line doing a bit better as they have that big +3 chemistry boost. So, I mean, yeah, we really can't complain. We're not 1st in the division, but it looks like our division's a lot better than the Central. Hopefully we can keep this up and obviously make the playoffs again. And a huge trade just went down, guys. Anaheim getting Wahoo's 85 overall now, 2 4ths and a 5th in exchange for 2 1sts, both in 2024. So must be another team's 1st round pick there. Of course, Anaheim gets better, although Vegas in the Pacific Division as well, so I guess that's fine. We're playing pretty good right now, but a few weeks away from the deadline. I'm going to try and probably add something if I can, but if not, I think, team's good as is. Jake DeBrusk to Nashville. St. Louis gets Burakovsky. Looks like a pretty fair 1-for-1, both 84s. And another decent trade just went down. Nashville gets Dano and Prokhorkin, along with a 4th and a 6th from Arizona for Kyle Turris and Lawson Krause. So Nashville's definitely making some moves. And this seems kind of insane. Chicago just got a first-round pick for Sorensen, who's an 81 overall. They also added a 3rd, but still seems like a big overpayment from Washington. And Jake Neighbors is going to Montreal, along with 2 3rds and a 4th, in exchange for Jake Gardner, a 3rd, and 2 4ths going to Ottawa. I don't know how they figured out the value on that one. Like, it was so close. They had to do 2 3rds and a 4th for a 3rd and 2 4ths. Definitely one of the stranger trades I've seen. And Marchessault going back to Florida, now an 87 overall, in exchange for 2 first-round picks going to Vegas. So that's 4 first-round picks they just added. That's insane. So, I mean, they're rebuilding, and they're going to be pretty good probably in a few years competing with us. Luckily, though, I think our player's a lot more further along, so maybe it won't be until, like, actually year 9 or year 10 where Vegas is doing anything against us. Frolik there to Chicago, and Colorado gets Leipzig. Seems pretty fair. Looked like an 81 for an 80. So one more game here than the deadline. Wallander, not a bad prospect, goes to Columbus. Philly, though, gets Vavalainen, now an 82, 2 3rds and a 4th. So a lot of pick movement here. We're at the deadline now. You guys can see first in division, 84 points, 39, 17, and 6. Like, we're looking really good right now. Last I checked, we were actually, I think, 2nd in NHL. I want to say the Leafs were ahead of us. Turcotte having a huge year, 71 points, 62 games. Love seeing that. So, yeah, first in the division. Ducks 5 behind. Wild have 80 in the Central. Yeah, Maple Leafs 86. They're still a win ahead of us. And then Capitals 75. So, Metro's actually the worst there. Again, I think our team, like, we're doing pretty well. We're the number 1 team in the Western Conference. It'd have to be a great trade for me to make a move. Savoy's now an 87. He's got 57 points right now in his rookie year. So, I think he's got a very good shot at the Calder. The rest of the guys, I don't really see too much growth, but I mean, obviously our team's playing well. So next year, guys, trying to get a small trade with Ottawa. I saw that they had Mysick on the block. He's actually a pretty solid prospect, obviously. 21 years old, 78 overall, medium top 6 potential. First-round pick back in 2020. Offer them Columbus' second-round pick and LA's our fifth-round pick in this year's draft. We still have our second, couple 3rds, couple 6th. I feel like Mysick should be better than anyone we can get with Columbus' second-round pick. So I'll see what they say there. I think it's pretty equal value. Trade rejected. Wow, okay. Honestly, I could offer them like our 3rd on top of that. I feel like my 6 probably worth it. Trade still rejected. Okay, that's probably all I'm going to pay. But one other thing I actually want to show you guys is the values on this team. They are just astronomical right now. Look at this. We have 4 max values in Savoy, Bedard, Ekman Larson, and Hamilton. And then you got Tarasenko and Turcotte are just underneath. Raymond, Lambos, Rossi, Forsberg. Like, they're all pretty high. Obviously, Askarov and Net too. Like, just insane. So many options we want to trade these guys, but they're playing well. So like I said, I really have to find the perfect trade. There's some pretty good players on the block right now, but all the rentals, which is what I want, are max value. Like Carolina has Aho on the block, but he could walk in free agency. We have to give up a ton just to have him as a rental. Teravainen I might do because he's a bit cheaper. Boston has both Torrey Krug and Charlie McAvoy on the block. Again, though, we're giving up max value for a guy who might just not resign with us and we could lose in free agency. Sundin's still an 83, so okay, I think I like that trade giving him for Bedard. So like I was saying, guys, I'm happy with our team, but I really do think we have a great shot at the Stanley Cup this year, so we might as well go for it. Trying to get Teravainen here from the Carolina Hurricanes. First line forward, 29 years old, 87 overall. He's got 54 points in 62 games this year. I feel like he could play anywhere in our lineup. The scouting assessment here says he's fit on the forward line as well as all power play and penalty kill lines, which is pretty nice, which means he should be pretty versatile for us. So I'm offering them Nichushkin here, medium league goalie prospect we drafted a couple years ago in the 6th round. So he was a steal of a pick, and I mean, our AHL goalies are good enough. Then the Columbus second rounder there. It's a lot to give up for a rental, but I think we have a chance to potentially re-sign Teravainen as we're getting a lot of money from like Kopitar's contract, some other guys. We'll see what they say. I think it should go through. It's pretty equal. Trades accepted. Okay, I think that's a win-win for both teams, and we just got so much better. So after that trade for Teravainen, guys, here's an update look at the roster. I'm playing on the first line actually with Giroux and Forsberg, and they're getting a +1, so they should play even better. Obviously not touching that second line. Third line here is so stacked. We have Lucas Raymond, Anthony Cirelli, and Gabe Vilardi. Even the fourth line, Kupari, Kopitar, Rossi. Rossi, I didn't want to go there, but for chemistry reasons, he had to. Next season, though, I'm probably not going to bring Giroux back just because of his age and rather pay other guys the money. So, you know, we should have a lot of the younger players getting some more ice time. Defense obviously hasn't changed. Special teams, I think Teravainen's only second power play in it. Yeah, and I think that's it, but obviously he's a good player, and I think he'll be a huge boost to this team. And I'm looking at this year's draft class, guys. Doesn't look like it could be too great as the first overall pick only has medium elite. I've been checking it like every month, and I just found out the first overall's potential. Not really sure what the scouts are doing, but I actually did see we should have some luck as I think like rank 120, or rank 96, sorry, Oh, never mind. That's a different guy. There's a goalie guaranteed medium elite. That works out perfect. He can replace the guy we just traded away. 96 can get with our third rounder. And then there was another guy who's guaranteed medium top 6. I want to say he's ranked like 120. Or sorry, it's the Sorokin's guy, also ranked like 90. So I think we still have our 2/3. Should be able to get both of them. And hopefully they're both great picks for us. And I think this season here, guys, with a 50, 23, and 9 record. So we finished the 50 wins right on. 109 points. First in the West. And I think we're actually first in the NHL. Atlantic there is insane. 206-point teams in the Maple Leafs and the Senators. But yeah, we won the President's Trophy, so not too bad of a year. I knew our team was pretty good. Turcotte there, 92 points, 82 games, so no one had 100 points, but I feel like we just have so much depth on this team. Obviously, there's only so much ice time, and we're hopefully, sharing that load, at least with the first 3 lines. So Turcotte 92, Tarasenko 91. He actually had 49 goals as well. One shy of 50 kind of sucks. Giroux 78, 36 years old. It's pretty impressive. Savoy there 77, rookie year. I think he's got a really good shot to call there. Teravainen there 73, so I think he played well even coming to our team. Forsberg 63, not too bad. You'd hope for maybe a bit better from him on that first line. Raymond 56, I did drop him down because, again, he wasn't really playing like a first liner. Hamilton 50 is good for D-man. Rossi had almost 50, and he was all throughout the lineup. So looking at it here, honestly, aside from a couple guys, I feel like everyone performed as they should have. Let's see how Askarov did. .914 and a 2.59. Okay, so much better record. Maybe you guys were right in terms of, holding on and being patient with him. Georgiev there for a backup, not too bad. Again, 83 overall, he took 850K from us, and that was us giving him a bit more money. I can't be too upset. Carmedard there, 57 and 66. Maybe AHL Rookie of the Year, 39 goals. Like, that's pretty nuts. They say, like, he's supposed to have an unreal shot, so that's why I gave him a really good shot in this game. Take a look here as well and see just who led the entire league. I'm sure Turcotte's 92 is nowhere good enough. Barkov 113. Wow, Sagan's up there. Kucherov, McDavid, Huberdeau, Kaprizov 97. What's he up to now? 92. Yeah, he grows a ton. Eichel, Zegras. Oh wow, Zegras 96. So another American player from the same draft as Turcotte. Looks to have grown pretty well. Stammer Hall. And Malkin put up 93 at 37. So maybe we should have brought him back, even though he had the top 9 potential. Didn't slow him down at all. And speaking of Americans in the 2019 draft, Cole Caulfield here put up 93 points, now 89 overall. He always grows a ton, just like Kaprizov. And finally, we have Turcotte there. Looks like he was top 15, maybe 20 for scorers. Lafreniere actually tied with him, also 92. He's up to a 91. And looking at defense in here, Carlson actually led the league in points, and not John Carlson, but Eric, 33. Carlson, 34. Wait, I didn't know that. I thought John Carlson was younger than Eric Carlson. Apparently the same age. I just learned something. I don't know why. I always thought John Carlson was younger. I'll check AHL here just in case. Yolan at 81. He usually doesn't grow for me. Yeah, his shot's still terrible. 21 goals. So he's just a playmaker. Right? TJ Oshie's in the AHL. So Connor Bedard doesn't look to be too high on the points. But goals, he does lead in goals, 39. Jack Quinn, 1 behind him. What's his shot? Yeah, his shot's pretty good, as it should be. And look at that. Kaliev's in 3rd. Obviously, we traded him away in that Malkin trade. Only a 76. Very powerful shot. Accuracy to be a bit better, so maybe we'll regret that one. But, I mean, still, 22 is only a 76. Also, guys, wanted to see one of the Marisa Shark Trophy in the NHL is actually John Tavares there. 59 goals, so pretty impressive. I don't know if actually Tavares has ever won Marisa Shark. I don't think so. I believe that would be his first. And like I was saying, I'm 99% sure we won the President's Trophy. Yeah, we did. So 109 there, great year. Toronto there and Ottawa, both 3 points behind us. 18 is the 100-plus points, which is pretty nuts. What was I saying? I wanted to see how good our power play was, right? Because we had the 3 chemistry boosts on the top line, which was already stacked. 54 power play goals. I can already see Toronto there at 70, so I guess we didn't do as good as I thought. Or, I mean, I don't know, 6th in the league's not too bad. Who knows how good Toronto is. Maybe they have better players and they're getting like +5 or something. So we'll see here. Buffalo finished 10th in the league and missed. That hurts. That really hurts. I want to see who finished last. St. Louis tied with Carolina, both 71. Explains why Carolina had Aho and Teravainen on the block. Alright, so we'll see who match up in the first round of the playoffs. Again, fingers crossed this is the year we win the cup. Alright guys, in the first round of the playoffs, we got a pretty tough matchup here against the Edmonton Oilers. Nugent Hopkins, Draisaitl, and Yamamoto is the first line. And I'm not going to lie, I really like that that's their first line, as this season that was actually the Oilers' best line. So it's cool to see that they're still together and they're playing on the top line now. Draisaitl as well, same rating as McDavid. Yamamoto up to an 88 is pretty nuts. His hands are essentially perfect. Physical there is terrible, but I mean, I think that does make a bit of sense. Puljujarvi's on the team, 85, playing with McDavid and Benson, so he's finally got some pretty good wingers. Defensively there, definitely by committee. No one below a low 80, no one above an 84. Goaltending, I saw they signed to Shirkin, 86 overall, so I feel like they finally have their starting goaltender. Honestly, I feel like the Edmonton team looks pretty good here. Definitely not going to assume we're going to win or anything like that. We had 10 more wins than them in the regular season, but again, looking at that team, I mean, they have McDavid and Draisaitl. I'm pretty sure the 2 highest rated players in this game right now, both at 96. We can't assume anything. So, first 2 games in LA, and yeah, look at that. We get shut out, 5-0 loss, 4-3 loss. All right, so I know I was, giving them their props. We can at least win 1 game here. Come on, boys. 6-5 loss. Okay, maybe I shouldn't have been pumping them up so much. We're down 3-0. You never know. Reverse sweeps have happened before. It was the last one, I think, Sharks against LA like a few years ago. Come on, Game 4. We need a win. There we go. 7-2 win. The boys are alive. Keep that momentum going. Game 5 at home. Shut out again. I knew that Edmonton team was good, but come on. So we're going to move on to the AHL playoffs now, guys. Totally forgot to show you that our AHL team actually won our division, as well as the conference, and maybe the league. Yeah, they won the league again. 95 points there in 68 games. Look at that win percentage. 69.9. Nice. Love to see that. And we actually already went through the first round of the AHL playoffs while we were simming the NHL playoffs. Bedard there, 7 points in 3 games. Dude's averaging over 2 points a game. He's going to be so sick, I think, next season. So that's another reason why we don't have to bring Giroux back. Bedard's getting called up. Savoy can move to center. Rossi can move to center. Just so many options. So second round, Tucson Roadrunners. See how we do. We actually swept the Gulls. I don't know if I mentioned that. And Roadrunners here, we beaten 5. So yeah, the AHL team is on fire, which makes sense. Actually, I don't even know if I showed you guys, but I actually called up Foodie to be on the 3rd line. We actually got a +3 chemistry boost, which is huge. So we win the first one 3-0, lose the second one in OT. So 1-0-1's not bad. A win, a loss. Okay, so we're 2-2. Both of our losses over by a goal. There we go, 5-3. Can win this next one. Don't want to go to Game 7. We're going to Game 7. All right, we'll sim this one period by period. Ice Hogs are keeping it close. I like our AHL team, though. I think top to bottom, honestly, our franchise is stacked. And, of course, though, our NHL team just unlucky that first round. So we're up 2-1 here. Due for Tamela. And Clegg, Phillips, Anderson, Dolan, I think, yeah, 8-3. Korolev, Hunt, Moverar there, how you say his name. On to the Calder Cup finals now. Maybe we can win our second Calder Cup. That'd be pretty sick. I feel like kind of how I was mentioning with NHL not bringing back Giroux. I feel like there's a lot of guys in the AHL I'm not going to bother bringing back just because they're, 25, 26, basically done growing and taking a spot from a younger guy on our team. So, wow, 2-0 against Laval, 4-2 win, 3-0 win. Game 3 here in Laval. Lose it 2-1, so no sweep. Again 2-1. They tie it up. 3-1. What the heck? Okay, I'll go to Game 7. Hopefully Game 7's for the Calder Cup. Wow. We won the first 2, then they won 4 straight. I mean, still it's our 3rd Calder Cup final, and actually Edmonton Oilers won the Stanley Cup, so never, too bad if you lose the eventual Cup winner. For all we know, we could have, lost them in the final essentially, but still stings a little bit to go out the way we did. I really had Stanley Cup hopes for our team, and yeah, it definitely hurts. Calgary picking 1st overall, so Battle of Alberta definitely on 2 different ends of the spectrum. Calgary picking 1st, Edmonton winning the Cup. Vegas jumps from 10-2. Colorado, they were 8-3, so actually I didn't even realize Calgary was 7, so all 3 teams, huge jumps. Feel bad. Montreal, though, picking 4th via St. Louis, so St. Louis fans are happy. At least their pick's not number 1. And Connor Bedard here had 22 points in 21 games, over a point per game in the playoffs. That's huge. He's still a 78, which makes no sense. He led the AHL in goals, point per game in the playoffs. He's definitely going to have huge growth in the summer. Hunt won the MVP the one year we won it. He's got 15 points there, but yeah, he's 28 now. I'm not going to bring him back. Anderson Dolan, 14. I might bring him back. He's 24. I feel like 25 would probably be the cutoff for the AHL players. Giroux at 7-5. I said I'm not bringing him back. I'm going to hold to that. I mean, yeah, he had a decent playoff run, but we still got out in the first round, so who cares? So Edmonton here, beat us in 5, Ducks in 7, Stars in 5, Senators in 7, all Canadian Cup final. Senators, Tampa Bay in 7, sweep the Maple Leafs in the Ontario matchup. Florida there in 6. Take a look at the awards here. I noticed Turcotte's in 91 now. That's awesome. I still can't believe President's Trophy winner out in 5. Basically pulled a Tampa. So Barkov there, Art Ross. He also got the Hart. John Carlson with the James Norris for the 3rd straight year for the last 5 years, even though Erik Karlsson had more points than him. Like, you gotta give it to someone else eventually. I don't know what happened there. Sagan, Lady Bing. Savoy did get the Calder. That's awesome. Okay, so him, Bedard. Future's looking bright. Draisaitl, Conn Smythe. Skarov got the Vezina. We were looking at his numbers. I didn't think they were that good. Like, what was he at? I think he had like a .915 save percentage and a 6 goals against. You know what? I just realized that actually is a really good goals against, as we have the sim engine scoring set to high, so most of the time anything under 3 is good. So 2.6 is pretty nuts, yeah. And a .91 save percentage is also pretty solid, so yeah, definitely glad I held on to Askarov. He also got the William Jennings with Georgiev, so I didn't even realize we had the lowest goals against of any team this year, which I mean, I guess makes sense. We won the President's Trophy. We're going to have one of the better ones. Drysdale there against Bill Mastrian. We saw how much he grew a few years ago. Minnesota Wild head coach gets Jack Adams. Peterson got the Selke, so some different players getting that. Barkov, Ted Lindsay, and then Tavares we know won the Reese Richard. So definitely, you know, some good things there. Savoy gets the Calder. Askarov, Vezina. I like how, too, Askarov gets the Vezina on his contract year, so of course now we're going to have to pay the guy. In terms of the AHL, of course, regular season point champion. We won the regular season of both teams, I just realized. And no playoff hardware. I guess Western Conference trophies technically playoff hardware, but you know what I mean. Definitely unfortunate. Yolen in there, most points. Pavelski MVP, grind in the AHL. Bedard, most goals, we knew that. Kiliev got outstanding rookie. I feel like he stole that from Bedard. I swear he played again in the AHL for us, but must have just been a bunch of junior seasons. Solon, best D-man. Dell, he gets the best goalie. Patera, MVP of the playoffs. Dell got it last year. Pavelski there also got sportsmanship. Schneider, community involvement. And then Wall, our goalie, actually had the lowest goals against. Alright, so I feel like that's a pretty good sign. I mean, yeah, we didn't win the Stanley Cup or the Calder Cup, but each of our teams won the regular season, and each of our teams had the lowest goals against of any team. So we're playing good hockey. Now we just got to hope we get luckier in the playoff sim. This is kind of interesting, guys. So I'm taking a final look at the draft class here, and third ranked is high top 6 forward. Usually, like, creative players aren't high top 6s. They're basically, like, medium, elite, or medium top 6. And then 4, there's high top 4. So it's cool to see some different potentials, but yeah, looking at this draft class, I don't think the top of it, at least, is any good. Also looking at retired players here, Eric Stahl retired as a member of the Montreal Canadiens AHL team. He was on Laval. Explains why they did so well. Backstrom retired. Pretty good career, I'd say. Eric Stahl as well. Same with Pavelski. Jeff Carter. Shame couldn't retire as an LA King, but we had to trade him. Yandel there, stay with Florida. TJ Oshie. I mean, when you saw him playing in the AHL, that kind of makes sense. Ryan Suter finally calls it quits. Travis Zajac. Radulov. Dallas is losing a lot of guys. Okposo was a free agent there. Bouwmeester just calls it quits now. 40 years old. That's pretty good career, I'd say. Hopefully in real life, too, he can come back, play all the way to 40. 11 games shy of 1,500. It's just incredible. Bunch of kind of like bottom 6 guys I'm seeing here. Eric Johnson, 36, retired kind of early. Jack Johnson there. Take a look next year at the goalies. Jonathan Quick calling it quits as a free agent, only a 70 overalls. So yeah, I think our trade, getting him to Detroit, I think it was, for a 7th round pick was pretty good. Again, sad he couldn't retire with the LA, but had to be done. Dubnyk there, also a free agent. Corey Crawford on Nashville, still a 77. Reimer, Bernier, so a couple former Leafs. Kudobin. Really, I think Fleury's still out there. I think there's a couple other veteran goalies, but a lot of kind of like everyday NHLers, as you guys saw there, starting to call it quits. And Nicholas Backstrom's available as a coach, so if we need one, I could hire him. But I mean, honestly, both our teams, NHL and AHL, lowest goals against in the league, won the President's Trophy. I feel like this would make no sense. And look at the draft class again here, guys. I see this Blomdal guy. He's currently ranked 41 on Central Scouting, so he'd be like picked 10th or so in the 2nd round, and 3/4 chance to be medium elite. I think I might try and trade up for him. As with my other 3 picks, I'm going to be taking players. Greif here, guaranteed medium elite goalie. There's a couple of medium top 6 guys I want to take, but right now we will just sim to the nenext round, and I'll take a look and see what went down the first. 80 overall, first overall medium elite. Yeah, this is a rough year. What year is this again? 2024. Tanabe, 78 medium elite. Then you have 65 high top 6. 77 medium elite's not bad at 4. 78 at 5 medium elite. Gleason, Detroit kind of gets a bad guy. Tapper, 75 medium elite. What are you doing, Irishman? How do you not take this Tapper, dude? Yeah, then you just got a bunch of low 60s. A high top 6 at 12 by the Pittsburgh Penguins. Then you got a couple of medium top 9s there by Colorado and Dallas. Back-to-back by Vegas, including Arizona. Not a good draft so far. So next year, guys are trying to make a trade with Arizona for their 2nd round pick, which is actually Colorado's 39th overall. Offering them Gustafson, Penny UFA. Not going to be bringing him back because I think at least one of our defensemen is going to get called up. 5th round pick this year, 7th rounder this year. Detroit's 3rd next year. So they're only dropping back around, getting Gustafson, a couple other picks this year. And I saw that they actually have at least 1, maybe 2 other 2nd rounders. Let's see what they say. Trades rejected. Alrighty. I mean, we could honestly give them a 2nd round pick next year. I feel like at that point, this is a pretty fair deal. Sharks just made their picks. I gotta redo this, but like I was saying, you can see they're picking 3, 8, and 11 in the 2nd round. So I'm hoping they'll at least give us one of those picks. So offering them a 5th this year, 2nd next year, Gustafson. See what they say. Trades rejected. Wow, I thought, I wasn't too bad. You know what, guys? I'm actually going to trade them Kupari here 1-for-1, as he's been playing fourth line for us for a while. We have a ton of AHL players coming up. 24, still only an 80. I honestly kind of feel bad because, like, he's just not going to get the ice time he needs. Hopefully this guy we get is medium elite. It turns out, to be a good replacement for Kupari. See the Coyotes say. Trade accepted. Yeah, you got Kupari for a second. It's a great pick for them. And again, I feel like it's one we had to make that trade because, again, he just wasn't getting ice time. And he's not really, like, the most defensive player either. So right here, we're going to take this Bloomdale guy. 3/4 chance to be medium elite. We gave up Kupari for him. And medium top 6. Yeah, that's not too bad. 64 overall. He might end up being just as good. I don't think it's a bad pick at all. Our next pick here, guys, is number 58. So again, there's like the medium elite goalie who's supposed to go like 90, I think. And then there's this guaranteed medium top 6 at 94. And it's the Bakov guy supposed to be medium top 6 at 104. So I'm just going to take the medium top 6 right now. And hopefully Russian, Sorokin's, he's good. 58 medium top 6, a little lower rated, but still not too bad. So third round here, guys, pick 65. We'll go with the goalie here. Hopefully no one's taken him yet. I think we should be okay, taking him 30 spots early, yeah. German here, Greff. I assume I'd say that. 57 medium elite, so a bit lower rated as well, but we knew we were getting a medium elite goalie, and it really works out really well because we gave one up for Teravainen. Medium star just went to Leafs, not too bad. And so we're going to try taking this Nabokov guy here, Russian, supposed to be medium top 6 with our second, third rounder. And medium top 9, so wow, both times they were like 3/4, it was one below. And we're now picking 151, this is in the 5th round. I actually saw some like 50-50 medium elites hanging around. Doyle there's one. Maybe he was meant to be it. He was one of the ones I saw. Marty Doyle, I like his name. Medium top 4 in the 5th, that's actually sick. Only 49 overall, which is super low, but like that's actually crazy value. We'll see if there's another one, we can get lucky, because honestly, worst case they have value. Right there, Vorobayev. Okay. Then Zubov, 278. We could take Zubov with our next pick. I think we have a 7th rounder still. And medium top 9, so not quite as good, but honestly for a 6, that's not terrible. And I think we actually have one more pick in the 7th, so we'll do the elite just in case like someone else maybe knows more than us. He's actually pretty good. 278 here, Zubov. I don't even know if he would get drafted, honestly. And medium bomb 6, so yeah, no, it wasn't worth drafting. But the late picks, I mean, even if you hit 1 of 10 times, I would say it's worth it. And like we could take a guaranteed low 7th D, but I would just rather go for it all. Low elite, gamble. I like to gamble. I think gamble's worth it here. And low elite, there we go. I feel like I'm saying a bad message here. It shows it's good to gamble, but honestly, I think that was a really good draft. Didn't expect it to be that good based on like the top players, but I think that turned out pretty well for us. So we're at the resign phase here, guys, and this team is looking so good. I forgot to show you at the draft, we actually have 5 players now with max trade value. I think both Tarasenko and Turcotte now have it, where before they didn't. Turcotte, of course, grew to a 91. Tarasenko is actually up to a 92. Didn't even realize that, so that's awesome. Definitely so much to look forward to on this team. And if you look at the bottom there, we have almost 50 million in cap space, which definitely sounds like a lot more than it is because we have a ton of guys to resign this summer. First off, Turcotte, he's wearing the A, probably the future captain of this team. He wants 10.8 for 8 years. Even at 1 year, 9.7. I mean, we only need him for 5. I guess 7 would be realistic. 10.5. Basically, he's getting paid Kopitar's money, and then Kopitar's going to get his money. I'm hoping I can get Kopitar for like $1 million. Giroux, I'd like to bring back, but again, 36. It's risky. He did play really well. Malkin kept it up, but honestly, we need his money for younger players. Yeah, 7.6. This doesn't make sense. We have so many other players that could probably just get as good as him. By the way, Savoy, I don't know if you saw that, now franchise potential went up from a high elite, so that's insane. He's already an 88, probably be like a 90 by next year. I'm thinking him, Turcotte, Tarasenko first line. Teravainen wants to re-sign with us. Raymond, Forsberg. See what Teravainen wants. He was getting like 6, 9.3 is quite a bit. Raymond, what's he want? 8.7. Forsberg was getting 10.5. 8. So Forsberg's actually a deal there. And he wants to come back. I wonder if he would take 7.5 for 3. We're saving $3 million on him. He's only going down in overall by 1. Teravainen, we might have to let go. Raymond, at very least, I'm qualifying right now. Cirelli there 1 more year. Rossi, I think he was pretty reasonable, 85. Never mind, 7.8. I'm going to do 1 year because I don't know what's going to go on with Rossi. Like, he hasn't been playing too much. He has been performing a decent amount based on his playing time, but let's say he gets to an 87. Once he's 87, he's then worth $7 million. Right now, he's really not. So we'll do $4 million for 1. I guess in there, I'm actually going to let go. Don't even know if we need the money, but we just have defensemen coming up. Bouchard, Velarde signed Lambos. So like I was saying, Kopitar and Turcotte essentially switching money. We'll do 1 year, $1 million. One last run at the Cup. Kopitar can play 4th line center again. Forsback Carlson doesn't want to come back, and we don't really need him. We have a ton of good AHL players. Anderson Dolan I'd like to bring on back to the 4th line. 1 year, $775K. I'll do $850K because it says no. Coughlin there, $26.79. He's a guy that could grow to an 80 to make our defense. Thomas here is another guy I think could make a jump to the 4th line. 2 years if he does it, $775K just in case he does grow. Clegg, hopefully he can make it the jump. The other guy will do 2 years in case he grows. So Bray Belay here, guys like him, $27.79. Gotta let go. Gotta give other guys on the AHL team some playing time. Tamla, 26, doesn't want to come back. Let him go. Same with Hunt there. Basically, anyone who's done growing, I think what we say, 25 is the max we're going to resign. Even Bornfoot here as well, $23.78. Could definitely see him making NHL. So we'll do 3 years here at $900K just in case he does, and then we'll actually have him locked up pretty cheap. And Lords too, Bedard here, still 78, but I feel like he's definitely going to grow this summer. Like his stats were too good not to. And I want to show you guys goalies next. Just like Savoy, Askarov is now franchise potential, up from high elite to medium franchise. So I'm definitely glad you guys convinced me not to trade him away because he won the Vezina, lowest goals against, franchise potential. And I qualified him there just in case. 8.2 for 6 years. Honestly, for a 90 overall goalie his age, that's not even that bad. I'll offer him 8 right on for 6 years. If he says yes, I mean, we're already getting a steal with Georgiev. If he stays with the team at that price too, $9 million for 2 goalies is not bad at all. So Velata, same age as Wool, but 3 overall lower. Gonna let him go. Who at 22.65 is never going to be anything. I feel like this Greff guy, medium elite potential. He's German, so he can actually play on our AHL team right away. If we make him the AHL backup, should help him grow a bit faster. And Wool, I think, good AHL goalie. Obviously, he had lowest goals against last year. I'll do 2 years, so that'd be till he's done growing. $775K. So the Sakara guy stuff they're offered is an AHL player. Kopitar going to reject the dollar value over 100K. You're the captain, you're coming back. Turcotte there accepted, so I feel like we unlocked him up long term. That's good. Forsberg, not enough. Wow, so these guys are actually getting upset over like 1 or 200K. Anderson Dolan wants to test free agency. We're going to qualify him and probably just sign him out of free agency. All the AHL guys that were saying yes. Askarov rejects, wants to test free agency. Rossi accepted our 1 year deal. Okay, so that's good to see. Thomas accepts, Back accepts. Bunch of AHL players. Alright guys, so my new offer to Forsberg is going to be 3 years, 7.75. I think that's pretty good. Raymond here, obviously don't want to lose. 5 years. I don't know, I might do 1 year for Raymond too, like Rossi, just because he hasn't been doing that good. Or do we do, I don't know, 3 years maybe? As that's how long Forsberg's contract is, so when Forsberg's old, we can give him more money. 3 years, the same amount of money as Forsberg there. And then Askarov, I mean, we haven't qualified. I feel like the offer made him was pretty fair. He just wants to test free agency, so I might have to just sign him out of that. If he doesn't take, I don't know, I'll give him an extra 100K. And then Kopitar here, gonna give an extra 100K as well, see if it makes a difference. And there we go, Kopitar re-signed. He says he appreciates the cash offer, getting the type of money he feels he's worth. He's been getting paid $10 million the last 8 years. The 100K is really gonna, you know, make or break him, I guess. Forsberg as well is coming back, which is good. I thought he played well with us. Anderson Dolan wants to test free agency. We got him qualified. I'm sure we can just get him signed. Someone offers him 850K again, we'll match it. Askarov wants to test free agency. Again, we'll just sign out of free agency. Same goes for Raymond here. So we'll need about $8 million for both Raymond and Askarov. So we're looking at $16 million, which still would actually leave us $12 million. So we could bring back Teravainen. The thing is, there's really no reason to lock in on Teravainen for, what is he, 87 overall, making 9.3. We could instead maybe get a 90 overall at free agency for 12 for 1 year or something. So I'm thinking we'll let go of Teravainen and just kind of have that cap space if we need it. But I think everyone else other than Anderson Dolan, Raymond, and Askarov are locked up. So we'll get to free agency. So here we go, guys. I'm hoping there's some crazy free agent available because we got the money. Charlie McAvoy, Austin Matthews. We were talking about him last time. Oh my god. Sebastian Aho, we could go for him instead of Teravainen. Only $1 million more, and he's 4 overall higher. That's where it doesn't make sense. Like, why would you not just pay the extra $1 million, get Aho, or even an extra, what, $1.8 million, get Austin Matthews? Are you kidding me? Matthews' potential, though, actually dropped from high elite to medium elite, which is kind of interesting. Holtz there, RFA available. Torrey Krug, so both him and McAvoy are available, but we already have our top pair ID in Hamilton and Ekman Larson that we don't really need to spend that much for a guy on the third pair. Giroux wants $8 million. Lundell also available as an RFA. Okay, so interesting. Raymond asking for 7 for 4. He didn't give us that good of a deal. Again, he was asking us for more money than he is asking right now in free agency. I mean, okay, we'll go 6.75 for 4. Thank you very much. Ascarov's probably the same thing. Yeah, he's the #1 goalie. Hellebuck, though, 88 UFA. If we didn't have Ascarov, that's a great goalie, whoever gets him. So what's he want? 8.2 for 7. Let's do $8 million for, yeah, 7 years, whatever. We'll give him what he wants. This is actually an extra couple years, but depends how you look at it. Could be worse, could be better. See what those two guys say. And then I want Matthews or Aho, because why not? 92, 91. They could play center for us. They could play wing. And so I'm going back and forth between Aho and Matthews right now. Matthews has 97 points, which is ridiculous. I think that helped us out a lot in the playoffs. 94 offensive awareness too. So 2 higher poise, 1 higher offensive awareness than Aho. Bit better hands. The shot's basically a wash. Physical's about the same. They're both exactly 90 speed. Aho's got 2 less balance. Defensively, Matthews has a bit better D awareness and face-offs. Aho, though, better shot block, 1 better stick check. I feel like Matthews is 1 overall higher. We have the money. Why not just go for him? Just to even annoy Toronto fans. So I'm going to do 1 year, though, as this worked out for other people. So 1 year, 12 million. Thing is, I'm going to offer on both. Because so we have, what, 7 million on Raymond, 8 on Askarov. That's 13 mil. So yeah, this should work. I'm going to do 12.5 for 1 year on both. Just to be safe, because I'd rather not lose out on an elite player for free. Usually when this happens, the high-rated guy will accept first, usually. If not, whatever. Aho only wants 11.1 for 1. I offered Matthews 12.5 for 1 year. I'll offer Aho 12 for 1 year, so Matthews getting an extra 500k. We'll see what happens there. It's going to be interesting for sure. And look at this. Matt Sundin's also a free agent right now. 84 overall, wants 2.775. I bet you Boston just saying, like, he hasn't done anything for us. Why are we going to sign this guy? Chubasov, 22.77, medium elite RFA. I will make an offer on this guy, try and steal him. And so right now, guys, I'm offering him $2.3 million for 2 years, which is definitely an overpayment for a 77, but he's got medium elite potential. So I'm basically looking at it as this player with medium elite potential is worth a lot more than the 3rd round pick, which is what I have to give up. I was thinking about doing like a $1.4 million offer where there was no picks, but I feel like they would for sure match that. So hopefully we can actually steal him. I'm not sure if that'll affect the Matthews or Aho offer at all. It might, but we still got to put that offer on, like a free medium elite player. The reason I was seeing that too was I was going to check 2-way players here. Lebedev, okay, same thing, but I'll make this offer without the pick. So 22 years old, 79 overall, medium top 6. I mean, we got to try and get him. 1.4 million there. Now, I was going to make offers on Westgarth and Matele as well, but then I realized if I do that, it might actually cut into our salary, so I'm not going to do that. Wow, couple 20-year-olds, mid-60s, low top 6. Law and Samuelson, I'm going to sign them both. Weidman too, probably. As well as a couple defensemen here. Bogosian, low top 4, 20 years old, 76 overall. McKella. I mean, why would you not take these guys for free? Take a quick look at goalies. Usually it's tougher to find a goalie. As I say that, Nichushkin. Didn't we? Yeah, this is the guy we drafted. They didn't re-sign him? What the heck? That's Carolina, right? We'll offer him the max. Hopefully he comes home. Also, Dustin Wolf here. 23 years old, 76 overall, low star potential. I wouldn't mind signing him, make him the AHL starter, just because he has that low star potential. He actually might end up better. So, give him an offer. All right, guys, this free agency is going to be interesting. We're going to start simming here and see what happens, what goes down. Kessel, I'm not taking on any salary right now. We have to wait for the Matthews and Aho contracts. So McKell accepts our offer. He was one of the low top 4s. Bogosian signed with another team. Nikushin, the goalie, medium elite, came back. So we essentially got Teravainen for a 2nd round pick. Yes, we lost him, but he still gave us a shot at the cup. Law there, low top 6. Samuelson, low top 6. Weidman. Waiting to hear back from Matthews, Aho. Even our Raymond guy. Wolf, okay, so I think he should be the AHL starter. Chubasov's accepted as of now. He was the medium elite. We're trying to steal for a 3rd. Lebedev accepted as of now. He was the medium top 6. Aho accepts the offer. Okay, so we got Aho and not Matthews. What? Oh no, they both accepted because... Oh no, okay. I actually decided to sign with you, but you no longer have cap space. And... oh no, we're in a bit of a pickle, I'd say. And look at that, Minnesota Wild actually matched our offer to Chubasov, 2.3 million. So they're overpaying us 77 by a lot, but obviously they had to do that, or they lost to medium elite for essentially nothing. But still, made them pay a lot more money. We should have salary now. And Rangers also chose to match the other guy. Now, it said we didn't have money to get Raymond or Askarov. That shouldn't be right. Or maybe it is right. We have 5.5 million. Oh no. And our preview trades went down, guys. Minnesota gets a 1st round pick, Lassie Thompson, and a prospect for Ryan Donato, a 5th. Honestly, pretty good return, I'd say, considering what they gave up for him. Raymond here rejected our offer. I tried offering him like 5.5. We should be able to offer him honestly what he wants. He wants 6.8 and we have 5.5. So he's taking over for a player making 1. That means we really have, 6.6. So I wish they would fix that, but looks like we're gonna have to make a trade. I don't know if we trade Matthews or Aho. We got them both for a year. I feel like we might just keep them because we got them for free. Kind of ridiculous. If I go to my page, the first page is all max trade value. Like, I've never seen anything like that. So I know some pretty cool things, guys. I'm looking at different teams trying to make a trade. Jeremy Bracco on the Leafs here is up to 87 overall. That's actually one of the highest ratings I've ever seen him get. On Philadelphia, you can see Dylan Larkin re-signed with them at $10.58 million. So he made an extra $30K, I think. But he has to live in Philly instead of LA. I still feel like he messed up big time not signing with us. And Chain right here on the Islanders is 89 overall, which means Savoy is actually higher rated, which is kind of nuts, with the same potential. Both have medium franchise. And next, you guys are going to try making a trade with the New Jersey Devils for this Altschaller guy. 22 years old, 78 overall, medium elite potential. Also trying to get this Silverhorn guy, 1979. Both obviously entry-level deals, just trying to clear cap space. So I'm going to be offering them Aho, as I didn't want to sign both Aho and Matthews. It just kind of happened that way. So we're getting back, 2 nice prospects. We got Aho for free, so this is literally a steal if they say yes. Trade rejected, okay. I mean, I could take back just the one guy because he's not on the block. Aho's got max value and they want him, so I feel like even though he's not on the block, we can get a bit more from them than just him. Never mind, they're saying it's too far off, so maybe 1 for 1, but again, clear ton of cap space, we get a free medium elite defenseman out of it. Before I do that trade though, there's one other thing I wanted to show you guys. Look at this. Luke Hughes on Detroit is now the highest. Look at this. Luke Hughes on Detroit is now the highest valued player on the team. 79 overall at 20 years old with low franchise potential. He actually went up from medium elite to low franchise, which is pretty impressive. His stats, like, I don't even know, they're so strange. Like, defensively, he's 3-star. Shot accuracy, really even the power's not there. 73 body check, 81 aggressiveness, 78 strength for defenseman. I'm going to see if we can get Luke Hughes back. Actually, I can't remember now. They tried to be over the max salary cap, but I had to show you guys that. Like, I couldn't believe it when I saw it. I was like, are you kidding me? And, of course, they gave us Larkin. They knew, we couldn't say no to Larkin. So, I guess we'll try and trade Aho here for this medium elite defense. And we have way more forward depth than D depth, so it could be good for us, especially, again, we're essentially getting this guy for free. There we go, okay. So I feel bad we literally signed Aho and trade him. It's scummy, but I didn't mean to do it. The game did it. So next year, guys, I'm going to sign Lucas Raymond. 4 years with me. He's an RFA at the end of it. 5 is a UFA. He also goes up by $1 million, so we'll do 4 years there. I think 6.65 probably says yes. If an extra 100K, we can do that. We now have like 60 million in cap space, so we can also bring Askarov back. 7 years, 8.2. I feel like 7 years for 8 million. He probably says yes. And our team is looking pretty nice. And there we go, guys. The current Vezina Trophy winner, Skarov's coming back to the team. Raymond as well. We actually are able to get them each a couple 100K cheaper. So, yeah, I'm liking the look of this team for next year. Also, guys, I'm in free agency right now as I'm going to re-sign Anderson Dolan. And I noticed this guy here, Lesteranen. I hope I said that right. I've never seen him grow this much. E2 Lesteranen, 25, 87 overall, medium top 6. Second round pick by the Hurricanes in 2017. There's always like one guy or a few guys really that every once in a while just grow like crazy, and it looks like this Semi's one of them. So offering Anderson Dolan 850K for 2 years. He wants 1 year at 775, so we'll do an extra 100K. If we get him for 2 years, I think that'd be really good. Have him locked down on that 4th line. Dvorak for 2 first. Gotta say no. Need that money for Anderson Dolan. He said yes. Okay, so our team is gonna be stacked. Next year, guys, trying to trade Joseph Woll to the Bruins, 26.79. So he's basically done growing, and we have Georgiev to be the backup. Wolf, who we just signed to be the AHL starter. I'm going to get a 5th round pick for it. I feel like that's not too bad. Trade rejected. Okay, so might have to just take a 7th. But again, I just want the ice time, so we'll take anything, really. There we go. And look at this. Carlo just got a 1st and 3rd round pick for Jankowski, who also had a 3rd round with them. So essentially a 1st there for Jankowski, which still, 82 overall, really good return. And Dallas just traded Nick Ritchie and a 3rd round pick to Columbus for Tapper, who I know has got immediately potential. I saw when I was looking at trades, and a 1st round pick. So huge return there, but I mean, Ritchie's 88 overall, so probably worth it. So at the start of the next season now, guys, I'm going to show you the lines here. Honestly, the team is ridiculous. So team stats, obviously champion there. And I think we have the best chemistry we've ever had. Look at that. All 3 top lines getting +3. Forsberg, Matthews, and Savoy on the top line. Raymond, Turcotte, Tarasenko on the 2nd. Rossi, Cirelli, Velarde on the 3rd. Velarde actually switched from center to right wing and made him a power forward. Cirelli stayed the same. Rossi made a left wing just because they're usually playing on the wing. Rossi as well as an 87 now. Forsberg I turned back to power forward. I believe that's what he was originally. Savoy there, I don't think I made any changes to. The fourth line there you can see, just kind of like a grind line. Martikanen, Kopitar, Anderson, Dolan. Ice time allocations, roll 3 lines. They're barely playing anyways. Defense here, we got Ekman Larson, Hamilton still in the top pair. Tried switching Hamilton to a 2-way defender to get more chemistry, but did not work out. Bouchard, Lambeau still getting +3, and then Hanola and Coghlan there getting +3 as well. So honestly, they're playing like 83s on the bottom. I think the decor is just fine. Askarov starting goalie, Georgiev packing them up. I mean, I don't know. This team is pretty ridiculous, especially rolling 3 lines, all getting +3. Lowest rated guys, Velarde there, he's playing like an 86. I'm definitely okay with how our team's looking. Now, AHL is also pretty stacked. We got Hamilton, Bedard, and Foodie on the first line. So Connor Bedard's now an 82. It was tough. Like, Roll there's third line checking forward. I got him playing first line AHL. I mean, he could take Velarde's spot on the third line. Thing is, when I did that, we didn't get the +3 chemistry, which means I'm then putting him in a top 6 spot, as I'm not going to waste him on the fourth line. Obviously, we're going to do AHL instead, but if he's in a top 6, at best, we're taking out Ford because he's an 87. So it was just a tough call for me to make, and I saw that Ottawa, Stutzler grew like a ton for them. I think he's like an 87 now, maybe even higher, and he's still an entry-level deal because of how long he played in the AHL. So we could do kind of something similar with Bedard if he keeps playing well in the AHL. I don't think it'll stunt his growth too much. You can see Akil Thomas there, second line center. Korolev there is 22 and 78. Like, lots of good players. The fourth line there as well, getting +5. It's the first time I think we've had +5, which is pretty nice. Defense only a +1, a couple zeros. Alshaller here, we trade Aho for medium elite. Hopefully he grows. Could put Clegg on the top pair instead. Basically switch the pairs, and it's getting +1 the second one. But I feel like the main goal there is Alshaller growing or 78 medium elite D-man. Goalies, Wolf's the starter. I was hoping he grew a little bit over the summer, did not happen. Natrushkin though, 68, the free medium elite goalie we got. So yeah, I mean, I really have no complaints at this point. We just have to hope the playoffs are good. Like, this is a Stanley Cup winning team. It's just whether or not we can actually win the cup with them. And I think, you know, next year Matthews, he's not gonna get more than $12.5 million, so we might actually be able to bring him back. Like, we might actually save money, as weird as that sounds. Not gonna do any trades again until like the deadline. Like, I think our team's pretty good, pending, like, I don't know, if somehow we're just negative or even 500 at, say, like the Christmas break. So stats, 99 offense, 89 defense, 90 goaltending. I'm surprised goaltending's not higher than that. We have a good backup. Skarov's a 90. I love how Matthews is already rocking stash, already in playoff form. So yeah, I think this should be a cup team. We just gotta hope for the best. Obviously, we'll see you in the next episode. If you guys enjoyed this one, leave that thumbs up and subscribe. Yeah, please do that. As always, guys, thanks so much for watching. Have a nice day. Goodbye.